Hello, this is a reading for Virgo. We are doing moon readings, so this is probably, it can be for if you're a Virgo moon, but also I think the next time, if you look at the moon calendar, you can see the next time the moon is in Virgo. I feel like I'm getting a prediction for that period of time. That's kind of what I felt the message was for me to deliver. Bunch of predictions for the next, and so you can check out all the other readings too to get some timing and get some messages for timing. We'll just get started right away. The Hangman, stuck between a wolf and a mermaid. Yeah, and like nothing. It's like when you don't know, you don't have answers. Okay, so Virgo moon, no answering. Nobody's answering. So maybe you're trying to call and nobody's answering. You got one of those, you want to call somebody and they're not answering their phone. Four of Pentacles, they're not available. Ace of Cups, it's okay. They still love you. You're stuck waiting on somebody to call you back. I think I'm about to sneeze again. Oh my goodness, that's going to happen. That's the second time I've sneezed today. I think it might be spring allergies, but it's kind of funny. 2 sneezes in one day. 1, 2. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups. There's a process to this. There's somebody who's trying to take it easy or take it slow. Take a process. They're not calling you back. They're not responding. But they're still here. This is the whole thing. It takes time. It takes time to build up loyalties. This will all make more sense in time. The time is here. Yes, but the time is now. But I'm waiting now, says this character. 6 of Swords. It's like that left on red energy. Left on red. And then there's a strategy to leave them on red. I don't know, or when they finally do. Okay, there's maybe a temptation to do this or something, to kind of like respond to somebody leaving you on red for a while with the same, or to kind of leave them as soon as they come back, then you leave. I would say that maybe that's a bit, something. That's a bit... We're not here to judge you. You're in a place where you could see, if you wanted to, why it is that somebody's not answering you right away. Almost like you're waiting for somebody to respond and feeling kind of like stuck with their no answer. And there is actually a way out of it. That you could take steps on your own to get out of that. And on this particular day, you could take steps to have a different experience of it. On this particular day. 9 of Pentacles is, they're basically, obviously they're in control of their own time. This looks to me like a casual thing, like a friendship, or even you're waiting on a response from I don't know, somebody's waiting on an answer for a job or something, and you're not hearing back from them. The Virgo moon is giving us something. 8 of Wands. Do you want to be the one who waits, or do you want to be the one who finds out? It's whatever you want. If you want them to not answer you. That's weird. The Moon Chariot, this came up in the last reading too. You're being taken for a ride, or you're taking someone for a ride. Do you want to go? I'm seeing something like you're waiting for somebody to respond, and you're considering yourself incapable of communicating with them unless they respond. And this really strange idea is coming up on this particular day, because it's a day where if they don't respond for long enough, then maybe you might basically bail and say, well, then I'm not going to be waiting for you anymore. But on this particular day, there's a way out, which is to... And the Moon Chariot is asking something. It's to take them for a ride, like not fool them. This is actually like literally to take them somewhere. To take charge and to invite them to go somewhere where you can talk to them. Do you want to go to bed? What? Okay, well, for some of you, it's going to be an invitation that you have an opportunity to, if somebody's not responding, it might be because somebody wants you to ask them out. You may have written something that is a bit vague or general, and they're not responding because they're kind of hoping you'll ask them out. They know that you're going somewhere. Is it like, I'm kind of getting a very specific message that like they're hoping that you'll invite them? Hi, Colin. What would you like to be invited to? What do you have to say about it? What do you think they should do? Isn't this interesting? Colin's been mad at me all day. He literally said no, and now he's coming for a hold. Be okay. Do you want to say something in the microphone? No? Hi, buddy. Why do you smell like you've been outside? Where have you been? Is the window open upstairs? No, it's not open. Where have you been? What is going on, Colin? When they sit at the window, they get this smell of outside on them. He's got the outside smell, but none of the windows are open. And he's come to tell me that he's going to leave me with that mystery. You've been out. Where have you been? They imagine you would invite them out. There's somebody who wants you to ask them out, or there's somebody who's not responding, maybe because they're hoping that you respond, that maybe what you wrote. So there's something like you're waiting for, you feel like you maybe left on red or something, and you're waiting for somebody to answer you, and until they answer you, you can't really, you're stuck. It could be because of what you wrote. It could be that they're giving you a chance. They're giving you some space to reread what you wrote. Is what you wrote genuinely what you want to say? Or do you actually want to ask somebody out? Or do you actually want to invite someone somewhere? The fact that you have this kind of like, there's like an anxiety about wanting someone to respond. Could that be because you want to spend some time with them? And did you ask them if they'd like to do that? And maybe they figure if you wanted their engagement that you would ask for it. There's something like that on that day. Maybe it's a particular day where you might be susceptible to being tripped up by somebody's like not answering you. And if you were in that moment, if you were to kind of go, well, then I'm not going to answer you, and you were to go off and go by yourself, they would see that you wanted to go by yourself. They would, if there's somebody here who hasn't gotten the invite yet to spend time with you based on what you wrote, and you just leave, that would reinforce the notion that you weren't really there to spend time with them. I don't know. It just looks sensitive. It looks like an early thing. It looks like early dating, and it seems like maybe just people being a bit nervous or something like that in one way. Or if there's a job offer, for example, and you're waiting to hear back and you haven't heard anything, this is like following up. It's kind of pretty standard that you're allowed to follow up. Have you followed up? And it could be that they're screening for people who are willing to follow up. There's the Lovers. We're going to be in a position, this is a big step to replace this kind of fleeing energy with something like more like communicating with someone that you respect their choice and asking them if they want to spend time with you rather than sitting and expecting that they should give you their time because you sent them a message. This is more like going to a place where you're communicating directly communication, right? Virgo Moon. It's all about communication. They're getting into that feel of like explicitly expressing that you would like to spend time with somebody and inviting them to a location or even just, hey, want to chat? Do we do that with each other anymore? Three of Swords. If you are currently in a situation where someone's not responding to you in a way that you like, what does it do to your heart space? I'm seeing like it breaks your heart to have to ask them for time. Five of Cups. And here's for your broken heart. So for whatever kind of like it makes you sad or it kind of breaks things down a little bit, if you have to kind of like, if, you know, they're waiting for you to like ask, they're not even waiting for you. It's basically, there's an automatic assumption that if you haven't asked for their time, there's no assumption that you want it. You have to express it out loud with this person. And it might even be, if it's like something more like a job offer, it might even be part of the design. You're getting a little heads up that they're looking for people who are willing to follow up. And so that might be their internal way of weeding people out. So here's something. For whatever it does to you, the idea of following up and adjusting what you've expressed to just say, hey, just so you know, I'm actually really excited about hanging out with you. Would you like to go and suggest something like, you know, or whatever, you know, would you like to, can I call you later at this time? What we can see here is like when you're in this space, actually, it's not indicative of whether or not they like you. They actually do miss out. If you aren't in a place where you're willing to follow up, they do miss out. They do end up missing. And one could say like, oh, well, then they should call you. They should respond then. There's just a little subtle shift in the cards it's talking about it takes time to build these things. That this thing isn't automatically afforded to you just because you sent a message. This is a learning process. And it might actually be that you need to spend some time with somebody to understand why it is that they don't exactly respond to your messages right away. Or it might be, it won't be until after you get the job that you find out that this was all part of the screening process. So anyway, that's what's for you in the cards, Virgo Moon reading. So this will be next time the Moon's in Virgo. You might encounter something like this, and there's a few little gems for you. Straight from Spirit. straight from the tarot lady's mouth. Straight from the church. Straight out of Compton. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Thanks so much for watching the reading. And I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, you can come to Twitch and watch the live streams. We were there quite a bit. And also, you can also check out the other readings here too. Thanks again so much. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.